Let's get to know the Lexus RX F Sport. First things first, power seat controls. Really do wish it had four-way power lumbar control. On the door we have the power mirror controls. Auto mode folds the mirrors when you lock the car. It's a nice visual cue for that the doors are locked. We have the memory setting controls. On the left-hand side of the steering wheel we have the auto high beam control, power liftgate, head-up display. The heated steering wheel control is here, as well as the parking mirror view control. Wish those were a little bit easier for the shifter. We have a little cubby. On the left side here we have the brightness of the instrument panel, as well as the odometer and trip meter control. And again, the telescoping steering wheel. Start the car up, push the button there. Nice little startup sequence. Does have the LFA inspired gauges. On the left hand side we have the stock with the headlight control. You can turn the DRLs off, have them in auto, or turn the headlights all the way on. And there are indicators on the dash there, the green lights that you see on the right hand side. The auto high beam control also shows there. Turn the fog lights on and off. There is the 3-tap pass on the turn signal control. On the left hand side of the steering wheel we have volume controls, the preset or channel controls, as well as flipping between the different modes of the audio system. We have the phone controls as well as the voice recognition control. On the right hand side we have the 5-way controller. You can scroll laterally among the different menus of the screen there. You can go up and down, you can do select, and then there's also the return button. I do like that they have kind of visual cues of what you can select, and it tells you what to press. Again, use the back to kind of come back up a layer, and then that button kind of brings you to a home screen each time you press it, if you get too far down into the various menus. The cruise control is the old Toyota Lexus stock on the right hand side. On the right stalk we have the wiper control. Twist the end for the rear wiper. You can control kind of the auto setting with that little tab there. We do have the wide 12.3 inch touchscreen. It is a touchscreen this year. It's still a little bit hard to reach, even though they've brought it forward. You still have to lean forward quite a bit in your seat. It does still have the remote touchpad to kind of move the cursor along as you would on your computer. We do have hard controls down below. We have a CD player, which is something that you're not seeing all too often in cars anymore. But there are nice controls for the power and volume, eject, radio, and then kind of media menu there, as well as seek and track, and a tune knob on the right hand side. So again, nice hard controls for quick access functions. Hard controls for the HVAC system. You have temperature on the driver and passenger, fan speed controls, faster and slower. Auto mode, only one auto setting. We have the front and rear defog and heated mirror controls. And every time you do touch something, you can see the little HVAC menu pop up on the infotainment system. You can set different temperatures, and dual kind of syncs it right back up. Below that, we have the auto brake hold button, as well as the electronic parking brake. Pull to engage, push down to disengage. There are heated and ventilated seats, 3 levels of each, and you can also have an auto setting. The wireless charging pad is kind of tucked under there. A little bit hard to get the phone in and out. And there's also a vertical phone holder slot if you so choose to use. And then USB ports, as well as a 12-volt outlet. In the center console, we have more USB ports. One to hook up your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, and another 12-volt outlet and an aux port. Here we have the drive mode selector. There is Eco, Normal is a push, and Sport to the right. Traction control off, as well as the center differential lock, or not really a full locking differential, but it helps control the power split at low speeds. Traditional gated shifter from Toyota and Lexus with a manual shift mode. The auto dimming mirror has your programmable HomeLink garage door buttons. There is still a sunglasses holder, and there are touch-sensitive light controls for the front nap lights as well as the front overhead light. Door light control, and then 2 separate controls for the sunroof. One to tilt up and down, and one to slide the sunroof open or closed. It's interesting to see kind of a 2-button setup versus kind of one button that can kind of do both. And this is a standard sized sunroof in this F Sport edition. On the passenger side, we have a glove box, fairly decent size, can hold the manuals of today, and it does have a lock for those interested. I know that tends to be an item of interest for those of you that like having some locked storage in the vehicle. Door pockets flip out. This is something that Lexus has used since I believe at least the 2004 Lexus RX generation. One interesting thing is a height adjustable cup holder. So it can be a low setting, or if you push that button, it kind of lifts it up. That can kind of help if you have a tall bottle or a short bottle. Jumping to the back doors also have the smart key entry, and we really like having that on all 4 doors. It really helps when you first approach the vehicle. Seat folds down in kind of a 40-20-40 fashion, and there's a center pass through there that you can fold down independently. Really like this flexibility in terms of being able to have 2 full-size seats, one on each side, and having long items like skis or snowboards kind of go through the middle still. Rear cup holders are tucked away in that armrest. Rear air vents, and then there are 2 USBs for the rear seat passengers tucked down below there. Some seat back storage. Overall room is really good in the RX. It's a very good sized 2-row utility vehicle. Overhead lights, not touch sensitive back here. They have buttons. dark headliner here in the F Sport. The seats do slide forward and back, and they do recline as well. So quite a bit of travel to give either more cargo space or potentially bring a car seat closer to the front seat passengers. So here's kind of the recline position. Again, not a huge recline, but enough to lean back and get comfortable. Again, lots of leg room, really wide open door. On the rear liftgate, there is a kick to open and kick to close. Sometimes it doesn't always work on the first try, or even the second try. That's the hard thing. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. There it goes. So yeah, those things are tricky. Sometimes they're sensitive and sometimes they're not. Again, we have the rear seat cargo or rear cargo area. We have pull downs for the second row. So that allows you to fold down the second row seats from the cargo area. We have a tonneau cover that we can pull out. And we do have the close as well as the lock and close buttons that we do like to see on power lift gates. Underneath the cargo floor, we have a temporary spare tire and some bins to keep some stuff hidden away. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like you can stow the tonneau under the cargo floor, which is one thing that the 04 RX was one of the first SUVs we saw that ever had that. Kick to close, worked on the first try. Fuel door is a nice push to open, but you still have a twist cap on the fuel cap itself. Thanks for coming along on our Getting to Know You video, and once again, follow us. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Thanks so much. See you guys soon.